So, Yones, you're saying that I Want to Eat Your Pancreas is about a girl who has cancer and does not have long to live, and she writes a diary about it, but nobody knows about the diary. But she meets a classmate at the hospital and she tells him about it. They form a bond. He can't say anything more. Interesting. I'll have to see if it's available on like Crunchyroll because I don't own the Blu-ray or DVD for that. Sword wielders are the worst, especially sword wielders who are always surrounded by women. I wonder who that sword wielder is. Right, where to now? Really? You gave me the ability to walk the tiniest bit just to activate another cutscene? Couldn't you have just animated my character already doing that in the cutscene? And then had it, like, constantly flowing? Itsuki, was it? So Yona is just a bit of a few notes. So I've previously played this around 15 hours in. I can't remember about the story or how far I was in, but I was using the PlayStation controller. But for this time round, we're going to go keyboard and mouse and see how that plays. The idea is eventually to complete the game, but it's got about 27 hours apparently of people completing it in 24 hours, just the story alone. So it's doable. We should be able to do it long before Fair Tale is released in July. But we will see. I'm going to be rotating between Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution and Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. So we're not going to be playing one specific game each day. It will be like a rotation or a mix of the two on the night. A silent voice. Yone is saying that a silent voice, Your Lie in April, and I Want to Eat Your Pancreas are the only tens on your My Anime list. Wow, yeah, you give them the high praise then. I also own I own a Silent Voice as well on Blu-ray. So that is also another one that is on the list. What what are the worst animes that you've watched, Yones, or anime that you don't like and wouldn't recommend? I agree with you there, Jonas. A rotation system is way better than a specific series. Yeah, the idea is that I think RPG sort of games or games that are like longer and take longer to complete will most likely have more attention put towards them compared to games like Yu-Gi-Oh, where you can just jump in and out with no worries. So these kind of games like Sword Art we would spend more time on these than we would Yu-Gi-Oh.
マスター、ここにいたんですね。プレハが探してますよ。
おっと、用事の途中だったのか。じゃあ、僕は失礼するよ。また会えるといいね。
In terms of an anime, Jonas, you didn't really like Maid Sama. I've never heard of Maid Sama. I have no idea what that is. You able to post or pop a brief description in?
SBC ブロッケンの主な施設はこんなところよ。変なおじさんもいたけど面白いとこでしょ。他にもいろんなショップや情報屋がいたりするけど、その辺は自分で探してみた方が楽しいと思うわ。一周するだけでも結構歩いたわね。これからどうしようか。どこかでお茶でもする？マスター、メールが来ました。
Getting used to GGO, I'm sending you my home address. You should come over when you have time. Correa and your Alpha says are invited too, of course. Asuna and the others won't stop asking me to invite you over. We'd really love to have you visit sometime.
いいじゃない。早速行ってみようよ。
We're heading over to Kirito's already. Can we not just get into some action and some dungeons here? I mean, we've done an hour and a half, and for what? We've done one tutorial, and the tutorial was short.
お邪魔します。キリトさんいらっしゃいますか？
Just a heads up as well, we're going to stream for another half hour. I'm going to close it off at 11 p.m. tonight.
道に迷わなかった？
いや。
No, we didn't get lost, Asuna. We just went to the door. We had the option of going to your house, so we clicked your house. We did not get lost.
この前の打ち上げでは僕に紹介もできなかったから改めて挨拶させてもらうわ。
Like, I know they're a massive group of friends and everything, and they do almost everything together, but the fact that they are all in Kirito's house is a bit odd that, like they're all playing at the same time. Like, surely Klein's, like, I don't know, trying to find women, and Agil's, like, running his, you know, his bar. But no, I guess they all have time to playing video games together.
はいはい。私から行きます。私は
Oh, we're getting introductions now. So for all these 10 characters, let's listen to them and see what they do. Lisbeth, she's in weapons modification.
武器を改造したり強化するなら声かけてね。
手数料か。ぼったくられないよう気をつける。
やあね。
What was Agil doing then with his hand? His hand was like trying to like be on his chin, like he's like thinking or you know, don't believe it sort of thing, like I'm a smart guy, but his hand was going all over the place, like it was missing the chin. Yonej also didn't like Guilty Crown. Again, and my apologies, I've never heard of Guilty Crown.
仲良くしてね。特技は空を飛ぶ速さなら誰にも
So Leafa, useless character. She's not going to benefit. I'm not going to benefit from her in this game because her speciality is flying through the skies faster than anyone. Maybe she can be a taxi. We can jump on her back and she can fly us around the maps.
そうそう。
Are you talking about AOL? Yes, you are. Alpha, I'm online.
ここで
But we're playing Gun Gale Online, Leafa, so it's, you know, if you want to play Alfheim, go play Alfheim, while the rest of us play Gun Gale.
リーファさんの気持ちわかります。今までは剣や魔法がメインだったから、ここは新鮮ですよね。
I can't imagine Silica with a weapon. Yeah, Leafa is Kirito's sister. I can't remember if it's adopted or if they're like cousins or something, but they're related in some way. Silica, I cannot imagine Silica with a weapon. But it should be like the really funny one that's got like, you know, she's like using like an RPG or something.
私の相棒です。
Also interesting that Pina the dragon is also in Gun Gale Online. Like, I know there was like a world seed that Kirito got at the end of Sword Art, but like I didn't think that created Gun Gale based on that seed. But I guess this game's allowing dragons.
もしかして新規実装され
Ah,
たペットじゃ
there we go, the game's recently implemented pets.
もう手に入れたなんてやるわね。ティナは私と一緒に
Ah, so Leafa is the adopted sister of Kirito.
なんですけど、GGO 生まれじゃないんですよ。でもいくらレアと
I don't think it was necessary that Leafa was in love with Kirito. I think it was more of Leafa was like attracted to the character in Alfheim, and then there was that shocking moment when she realised it was Kirito, and obviously then the emotions broke from there.
ペットは戦闘に参加するわけじゃないし。
Yeah, if you got the info from the English dub, while it may be a good localization, it might not be accurate to how the Japanese take it, because the Japanese might have it where they are actually related, but for some reason the English dub might have changed it slightly so that they're not actually related.
わかるぜ。リアルマネーが関わってくるとコストについてもシビアになるよな。俺も
Oh, so Leafa was in love with Kirito outside of the Alfheim Online?
そうなのよ。レアドロップを狙いに行くのもコストがかかるし。同じレアものだったら、あとペットって何よりも費
So the
用
thing
が
with Sword Art
かさむらしくって。
is it's one of those typical light novels where there's a male protagonist, and every character likes him.
そういえば、ピナがいつもよりたくさんご飯を食べるような気が。ピナ、私、
Of course Pina's hungry. Pina's like this skinny dragon you've never even fed. You've never even fed poor Pina here. I picture Pina as this giant massive dragon. I picture it as like Akamaru from Naruto. Akamaru or Pina should be on your shoulder this whole time, and then when you fed it and it grows, you'll be riding Pina the dragon. It'd look pretty cool, it'd be pretty sweet, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
そしてこちらが。
You preferred Leafa over Asuna? I quite like Sinone. I think I've always liked Sinone since she first came into it. She's also a sniper, and I quite like the whole the aspect of the sniping in video games. So that was a plus. Okay, so yeah, so Kirito, and Kazuto, Kirigaya, is the cousin of Sugura, Kirigaya, but also adopted brother. So they are cousins, but then also they're adopted into the family. Yeah, I just took a look at the wiki myself, Virtual Knight, yeah. Um,
シノノンの狙撃の腕前は
I don't like this version of Sinone's Gun Girl Online. Again, she's not wearing glasses and she just doesn't look right.
3000メートル？ありえない。普通はせいぜい1000メートル先くらいだよね。はい。これはプレイヤースキルで補正しないと不可能に近いと。かわいい。こんな小さいアバターあるんだ。150センチくらいの女性型アバター。
Virtual Knight, who's your favourite female character from the Sword Art Online series?
こんにちは、ゆいです。この前、パパとママと戦った方たちですね。パパ？
ああ、ユイは俺とアスタの子供なんだ。
こら、あまりリアルなことを聞いちゃわないよ。
一応言っておくけど、まだおじさんと呼ばれる年でもないよ。絶対に。
ねえ、キリト君。この人たちになら話してもいいんじゃない？
そうだな。
Oh, you're about Lisbeth. I thought you were on about Leafa, but you typed Leafa in wrong. I apologise, Yones. You prefer Lisbeth over Asuna? I'm not a fan of. I can't say I'm a fan of Lisbeth or Asuna, to be honest. No, I'm a big Sinone fan.
ザスカ
Sinone and
運
Klein.
営会社には内緒にしてる
They're my top characters.
驚きました。ユイは人間ではないのですか？
ああ、人間のように見えるけど、アファシスと同じ AI なんだ。
ステータスを見る限り GGO のプレイヤーと全く同じみたいだけど。
GGO に連れて行くためにアカウントを取ったんだよ。ちゃんと
よくわかりませんが、そんなこともあるんですね。知らないことばかりなので、いろいろ。はい、アファシスさん、これから仲良くしてください。ユイちゃんとは以前プレイしたゲームで出会ってね。それからずっと私とキリト君の大事な子なの。そうなんだ。 AI って聞いて驚いたけど、キリトさんたち家族なんだね。はい、よろしくお願いします。
で、まあ、俺とアスナは結婚しているんだ。あくまでも前のゲーム。
GGO にも結婚システムがあればいいのに。
そういうタイプのゲームではないんだ。
おい、そろそろ俺たちが。
わ
おい、君としょっぱだから扱いひでえぞ。
悪い悪い。
ナイスミーチュー。この前は急に武器を売ってくれと言ってしまって悪かったな。 UFG についてザスカーから発表があったのは知っている。俺も近いうちに手に入れてみせるから。最後に出てくるのが主役ってもんだよな。このメンバーの要、頼れるお兄さん、ムードメーカー。 GGO 女性プレイヤーの熱い視線を一身に集めるのがこの俺。ちなみに絶賛。
If this is Sandra's voice actor, which I'm pretty sure it is, I'm just waiting for Klein to go Nami Swan, Robin Chan. Your English is perfectly fine, Jonas. There's no problem with it at all. I'm just reading it wrong, and like I'm pretty tired, so I'm not really like clicking together and thinking, wait a minute, Lisa, Lisbeth. I thought we were on about Leafa, so I just clicked and thought, yeah, that's Leafa. You probably could have typed in Bob, and I still would have thought you meant Lisbeth or Leafa.
あんたというやつはほんとすごく綺麗。
Wait, has anyone introduced Sinon yet?
ここにいるのはこれで全員かな。
You have a couple other friends too as well.
キリトさんの
I think there's characters from Alicization, because I remember playing this previously, and there was these two characters that showed up in the lobby of the SGC Glocken, and they started talking to Kirito like they knew him, like they'd had this past relationship. I had no idea who it was, but now that I've seen Alicization, I think those two characters, the main characters from that, will put into this game as well. Yonezu, you think that Lisa is best girl? You are wrong there. You know, I give you credit for trying, but Lisa is not. It is Sinon all the way. She had one of the best arcs. She is a sniper. And overall, a cool cat. Cool cat because in Fairy Dance or R5 Online, she is a cat character.
関係の GGO に興味があってさ、みんなも来るって言うからまとめてコンバートしてきたんだよ。
でもキリト君はここでも剣を使っているけどね。
銃だって使っているさ。サブウェポンだけど。
はいはい。それよりまだ本題を言ってないよ、キリト君。
まあそうだった。君は GGO に来て日も浅いだろ。よかったら俺たちがシステムやスキルについて説明するよ。
この前のパーティーはとっても楽しかったから、みんなあなたたちと仲良くなりたいなって思っているの。だから気軽に話しかけてくれる。
Right, I think we're finally getting to the point where you can start talking to the characters individually and building up a friendship and relationship. I think we're coming close to finally being able to do some gameplay with 20 minutes left of the stream. Right, we can edit our party now so we can pick characters to join. We finished Correa's lectures and acquired 3,000 credit.
俺は SBC グロッケンを案内するよ。ここは迷路みたいな複雑な場所もあるから。
See, I'd grant you that, but Lisbeth hasn't had her own arc or story. Like, she had like a little moment with Kirito very early on, but she hasn't had her own like arc. She pretty much gets like, I think even like she gets as much screen time as Silica, and Silica doesn't get much screen time. Yui gets more screen time. Sinon gets more screen time.
裏道から変な仕掛け。
あ、ごめん。
俺はあんまりクラフト系の。
But for you, Yones, I will let you have Lisa as the best girl.
あ、カジノンでも遊びに行くか。この間あるゲームで大儲けしてさ。
キリト君、変な遊びを教えちゃいけません。
See again, side characters. Asuna's on models on the side, and so is Yui, and their eyes and nose are just really off. Like, look at my character. He looks like he's eating something. He looks like he's got this puffed up cheek.
分かったよ。それなら総督府には行ったかも。
場所の案内だけしたけど。
じゃあ総督府の端末ターミナルの使い方はまだだよな。よし、決まりだ。
Oh, we don't need to know how the SBC Glocken works. There's giant icons on the map that say that's a shop, that's a level, that's your house. You go to each point and you do what you need to do. See, if we're comparing this to Destiny 2, Destiny 2 you just go onto the game and you get on with it. You have a tutorial very early on, you play through that, then you do what you want. Explain stuff along the way, rather than having these stop and pause moments while a character talks to you in depth about what you do. When it's taking Hunter x Hunter stuff, like things from that, with Hunter x Hunter explains like all these different games and puzzles to like a massive extent.
会話できるアパシスが入ったおかげで仕様の確認はしやすくなったよ。じゃあまずはあそこにある受付では共闘クエストに出ることができるんだ。パーティーを組んで共 強敵と戦うクエストなんかだよな。
Okay, so this area I believe we can do. I think this is like you can do online as well because you can do like quests and missions online with others.
そんなに緊張するなって。俺、あっちのターミナルではクエストの受注もできるし、俺は貢献使いだからあまり困ったことはないけど、玉切れにはあのアファシスに話しかけると。
So yeah, this game is going to
教えてくれる。
have lots like quests and missions like kill so many of this, collect so many of these bug pieces or whatever. But also like you have to buy your own ammo, weapons and equipment, so we have to be careful with how we use our ammo and just use it sparingly rather than just like running and gunning, because if we don't have any money we may have to use a different weapon if we don't have any ammo for the weapon we use in our weapon of choice.
って言っても普通に話しかければいいからな。クラインみたいに口説きにかかる必要はない。俺の仲間も同じくクラインのことだ。もしかしたら何か起こるかもしれないさ。総督府の基本的な機能はこんなところかな。クエストはどんどんやっていって損はないよ。ちょうどシノンたちが来ているな。シノンいろいろ質問してくれれば喜ぶ。
Online co-op quests, yes, so you can go online for up to 4 players, but your Alpha Sage units will be with each member, so that's 8 in total. You can also play online co-op quests by yourself with 7 NPCs. Wow, that sounds alright actually. Sounds alright for me because I'll struggle to find people to play online with. Online PvP quests as well. Player versus player. Right. We're now going to talk to every other character. So we're going to talk to Klein and then a number of other characters that we missed. So online ranking, reward ranking, featured player ranking, and medal trader. Oh, the exclamation mark is going to tell us who to talk to. Right, so I don't know who Straya is. I'm not sure what Straya's from. Might possibly be a previous Sword Art Online game, may even be from the series, but I've not come across Straya yet. I really liked the first half. Like I really liked Aincrad of Sword Art Online. I didn't think Fairy Dance was good. Might not have been a good follow up, but I still thought that Fairy Dance was good and enjoyable.
おい、ストレア。
いいじゃない。キリト大好き。ストレア、他に人がいるんだし。
Yes, I don't know who Filler is either.
でも、アスナに見られたらまずいんじゃないかな。
勘弁してくれよ、ユキ。
And I don't know who Rain is either.
なあ、前に話しただろ。この人がアファシス。
Yeah, I think they're from video games, the past video games, I think.
キリトの目の前でお宝をゲットした人ね。はじめまして。私はフィリア。 トレジャーハンターをやっているわ。アファシスのタイプ X を狙っているんだけど、難易度高くて。
You think if Aincrad and Fairy Dance were two separate seasons or split, that it would have been better? I mean, I can imagine people watching the first half being Aincrad and thinking this is really great, and then they jump into Fairy Dance and think like, oh, this is disappointing. But I actually really enjoyed it. I thought they worked really well together. Okay, so Rain. Rain is a game original character featured in the game adaptation Sword Art Lost Song. We're gonna see. Okay, so Philia is also from that, and so is Straya. They are also from Lost Song. So I may have met them at some point when I played Lost Song, but I think I only spent about 2 hours, 3 hours max on Lost Song before I stopped and postponed the game. All this dialogue's really not doing me any good at this late at night. Like I don't have the brain cells to keep up with all this conversations.
ゆうきちゃんったら彼に言ったばかりじゃない。ちょっとリアルの用事が忙しくてキリト君やハスナちゃんから新しい友達ができたって話を聞いていてね。
Reki
楽しみにしてるんだ。
Kawagi, I think I'm butchering the name wrong, but the author of Sword Art Online, all his light novels, they always have some sort of explicit sexual moments. They're very inappropriate. I'm not sure why he puts them in there, but a lot of it is usually a guy taking advantage of a woman. It's a bit odd, and like a lot of people think that Sword Art Online, like these moments, are more for shock value, rather than a part of the story or like to push the plot along.
これからの戦闘や探索に役に立つから気軽に話しかけてみてくれ。